Atlantis, the legendary island that sank beneath the waves in the distant past. Is it possible that we will ever find it? Or more importantly, did it even exist? More than 2,000 years ago, Plato wrote about a land called Atlantis. In one cataclysmic night, the gods sent a battalion of fire and earthquakes so intense that the utopian kingdom of Atlantis sank deep into the ocean, never to be found again. His tale has inspired plenty of nonsense in the centuries since, but now it seems that Plato was on to something. New research shows that lost continents are a real thing, and they have had a big impact on human life, though not in the way Plato imagined. Despite its clear origin in fiction, many people over the centuries have claimed that there must be some truth behind the myths, speculating about where Atlantis would be found. Countless Atlantis experts have located the lost continent all around the world, based on the same set of facts, and each accompanied by its own peculiar sets of evidence and arguments, include the Atlantic Ocean, Antarctica, Bolivia, Turkey, Germany, Malta and the Caribbean. Plato, however, is crystal clear about where Atlantis is, for the ocean there was at that time navigable. For in front of the mouth, which you Greeks call the Pillars of Heracles, there lay an island which was larger than Libya and Asia together. In other words, it lies in the Atlantic Ocean beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the Straits of Gibraltar, at the mouth of the Mediterranean. Yet, it has never been found in the Atlantic, or anywhere else. The most obvious sign that Atlantis is a myth is that no trace of it has ever been found, despite advances in oceanography and ocean floor mapping in past decades. For nearly 2 millennia, readers could be forgiven for suspecting that the vast depths might somehow hide a sunken city or continent. Though there remains much mystery at the bottom of the world's oceans, it is inconceivable that the world's oceanographers, submariners, and deep-sea probes have somehow missed a landmass larger than Libya and Asia together. Furthermore, writer Ignatius Donnelly was certain of his theory, predicting that hard evidence of the sunken city would soon be found, and that museums around the world would one day be filled with artifacts from Atlantis. Though, over 130 years have passed without a trace of evidence. The Atlantis legend has been kept alive, fueled by the public's imagination and fascination with the idea of a hidden, long-lost utopia. Yet, the lost city of Atlantis was never lost. It is where it always was, in Plato's books. So, what really happened to Atlantis, if it did exist? First, it could have been completely destroyed by earthquake, volcano, or other disaster. Or perhaps the remnants of Atlantis that Plato wrote of have been destroyed since the time of his writing. Plato records that it was associated with a great earthquake. Perhaps it was even felt in Greece. We may never know where Atlantis existed. If it did exist, it was most likely a post-flood island somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, not far from the Strait of Gibraltar. Atlantis, if the accounts were reasonably accurate, it would have been destroyed, leaving only much smaller islands still sitting above the Atlantic Ocean's surface. The most logical remnants would seem to be the Canary or Madeira Islands, as well as other underwater islands in their vicinity, that may have further been destroyed 3,000 years ago, or so.